My name is Knox. I am your survival instructor. You built your first base. You secured water. You stored food. You turned walls and doors into a system that buys you time. Now that system is about to be tested. A base is not a universe. It is only a point on the map. At some point, you will have to leave it, to look for resources, to observe what is changing, to relocate when staying becomes more dangerous than moving. Most people step through their door the same way they did before the collapse, with habit, not with thought. You will not. Before your hand even touches the lock, your mind must be ahead of your feet. That starts inside, at your table. On it, there should be more than dust. A simple map of the nearby blocks, a notebook, a pencil, a clear list of questions. Not what do I take, but why am I leaving? Where exactly am I going? What will I do if I cannot come back? If you cannot answer those three, you are not moving with purpose. You are wandering. Wandering kills. There are only three valid reasons to go outside: short observation loops, targeted runs, relocation. Observation loops are small circles around your base. You go out, check what has changed, and you come back. Runs are focused tasks. You go to a specific place for a specific reason: water, medicine, information, and you return with something that justifies the risk. Relocation is when you move your life, not just your body. Rare, heavy, and if you are smart, never a surprise. On your wall, write those three words where you can see them from your door: OBS loops, runs, relocation. You do not leave for boredom. You do not leave for curiosity. You leave for one of these. On a piece of cardboard, you sketch your immediate neighborhood. You mark your base at the center. You draw rings showing the distance of a short loop. You draw arrows for likely paths. You do not label anything safe. You label it known. Near your door, you mark three routes on the floor with different colored lines: Route A, Route B, Route C. When one is blocked, you do not stand there and panic. You step into the next. On a small shelf by the exit, you keep what you need for every movement: a clock to remind you that every minute outside is a cost, a folded map, a simple checklist, goal, route, backup. In your notebook, those three questions are written in large letters. Why leave? Where exactly? What if no return? If the ink is still fresh, your mind is working. If it fades and you stop looking at it, you are already getting careless. Then you decide when. Time is not just numbers, it is light and shadow. At dawn, the city is soft. First light reveals shapes without sharp detail. Long shadows stretch down empty streets. If people are sleeping, they are slow. At midday, the sun is harsh. Shadows are short. Glass and metal glare. You can see far and be seen from far. Under flat gray clouds, everything is dull. Fewer harsh contrasts, less long-range visibility. You move by reading shapes more than light. At sunset, the world turns to silhouette. Broken towers become black teeth against a burning sky. The streets drown in darkness before the sky does. It is beautiful. That does not make it safe. At night, where there is no artificial light, there is only whatever the moon gives you. Darkness hides you. Darkness hides everything else. You must choose the time your eyes, nerves, and skills can handle. Then the sky changes again. Rain smooths sound. Your footsteps are wrapped in noise. Footprints wash away, but the ground becomes slick. Puddles become mirrors, and a figure against streaks of rain can stand out. Fog erases distance. Tall buildings fade into ghosts. Good for hiding your outline. Bad for seeing who is 20 meters away. Dust and wind blur the world. Tarps whip. Metal rattles. Your small sounds hide inside bigger ones. Light snow softens the ground and records every step, including yours. The sky is your second map. You read it before you choose how to move across the first. If you can reach a rooftop above your base, you use it. From there, you look over the blocks around you. Your observation loops live in those streets, courtyards with multiple exits, side alleys that run parallel to main roads, service lanes with rows of back doors. These are your near environment. You must know them intimately. You identify courtyards where you can cross from one street to another without ever touching the main road. You find the narrow side streets that mirror busy avenues, close enough to see what happens there, far enough not to be inside it. You mark corners where walls and concrete let you hide your body while your eyes see the intersection ahead. You pay attention to the backs of buildings, loading docks, metal doors, small parking areas, not just the glass fronts people used when the system still worked. Behind the shops in alleys and back lots are the paths most people never thought about. On your sketch of the neighborhood, you draw loops around your base, arrows through courtyards and service lanes. You do not just write street, you write back lot, through building, behind fence, via roof. You choose where you walk, not where city planners designed, not where crowds used to flow. When you need to go farther, you plan more than one way. On your map, from base to target, you draw 3 lines. The direct route, fastest, most obvious. The covered route, slower, more chances for concealment. The complex route, through interiors, over roofs, or underground. Harder, more exhausting, sometimes the only path left when others are blocked. Inside buildings, hallways or streets. An office corridor that exits on another road is a tunnel under the city's skin. A stair with a roof door is a vertical alley. A set of rooftops connected with boards and ladders is a secret second layer above those who only move on ground level. Below, tunnels and sewers exist. They hide you from eyes, but not from water, filth, and collapse. Your footsteps echo. Anyone already inside will hear you long before they see you. Sometimes a pedestrian overpass above a clogged road is safer than any path below. Sometimes any high structure turns you into a perfect silhouette against the sky. You do not worship height, you evaluate it. Every path is not just distance, it is a chain of decisions. Some places deserve more caution than others. Choke points. Anywhere movement narrows, you lose options. A long corridor in a crumbling building with only one door at the end. Dead metro turnstiles forcing you through waist-high gaps. A one-lane bridge over a canal with high railings and water on both sides. An alley that tightens with each step, walls closing in until there is barely room to turn. An industrial gate left half lowered, only a crouched opening on one side. A bus wedged between wall and pole, leaving a single narrow passage. A stair with missing steps, forcing you to leap or retreat. A single cut in a long fence, the only route without backtracking. A deep canyon street with tall buildings and no cross streets in sight. A covered walkway under a massive structure. Concrete overhead trapping sound and sight. In all of these, you are not free. If someone blocks the way ahead, if someone appears behind, your choices collapse. You map these choke points. You circle them on paper and in your mind. For each you ask, can I bypass this? If I must pass, can I move through it fast and without stopping? If this closes, do I have another way back? Routes that chain choke points back to back are very expensive. When the world becomes a funnel, you are not walking. You are being pushed. To stay alive, you must control 3 things: where you step, what hides you, and what the city hears when you move. You will learn the rest in the next half of this lesson.